lane is Throttle. Throttle is a group out of Southern California, San Diego area, and they put together a Dodge Viper with the Hellcat package.
And those manual transmissions.
Those are
right
manual
now.
transmissions, and
yeah, not a liability. I mean,
got down.
Yeah, okay.
On the right lane, the vehicle is called the Pursuit Ute. It is really a cool car. It started life, I guess, as a Charger, and the back is gone, obviously, and it's a pickup truck, and it's police motifs, so it's the Pursuit Ute. And I think it's really pretty cool.
A couple more of those direct connection Hellcat 6-speed manual powered grudge racers, the Magnum in the near lane.
Christina Roque on the left, actually on the right side, looking at it in the, what do you call the color? Champagne, metallic champagne. Metallic champagne Challenger. And then in the Magnum, we talked about there being a station wagon in the influencer field, and that's David Patterson in the blue Magnum. So this is going to be cool to see because, again, the Magnum has the longer, slightly longer wheelbase and the transfer. If you can get that to transfer in the back, and I would really hope to see if you open one of those open that hatch, plates bolted to that floor bed. Fold the seat down and put plates there and help get traction.
Notice the hole in the hood. Now, the Magnum was designed and built long before Hellcats arrived on the scene. So the styling of that will not accommodate the height of the intercooler. So therefore, they cut a hole. If it works, do it.
So that's a clutch out.
Uh-oh. Something's going on with the Magnum. That sounds like a second gear launch.
Yes, it was in 2. He was in second gear and never made it to 3.
Okay. You got to remember, the manual transmission or any transmission, it's all about torque multiplication. You get the most in first, a little less in second. So if you leave in second gear, you don't have full multiplication. Now this is kind of wacky here. This is an old school Dodge Lancer, 61 or 62, again with the Hellcat 6-speed up against a way more modern Challenger. But the Lancer was Dodge's version of the Plymouth Valiant, and this is the beginning of the A-body dynasty right here. Dusters, Barracudas, the Demons, all those cars grew off of the A-body bones seen right here in orange for the first time.
Colette Davis in the orange Lancer, and Weston Champlin is in the black. That's very good. Okay. There you go. You've got people in these cars for the first time. I'm not going to say that Colette doesn't have stick shift experience.
Baptized. Big tires on that Demon.
Huge tire. Now that's reminiscent of back in the day where they actually used to take like a Sawzall and cut the wheel wells.
Yeah.
That stick shift is a game changer for the steel.
Great equalizer.
Absolutely.
Manual transmissions. Yeah.
This is going to be fun to watch for sure, because that takes anyway.
Okay, who called the cops? Party's over. No, not so fast. This is actually a hot-rodded 68 Dodge Coronet done up as a cop car, but with a Hellcat under the hood.
That's pretty cool.
The man has arrived. The red light, the cherry top is going, and he's up against the Demon.
Notice it's severely leaf sprung with the rake in there, and those springs when he left. Platforms that you can be confused sometimes. Like, what is that one? Like, which one is it? Is it a Scat Pack or
On that Demon right there, there's a fellow named Mark Trostel who's the head of SRT Design, and he told me that they actually brought in a 68 Hemi hood scoop to the design studio to actually get inspiration when he designed the Demon's.
Literally used to shake as the car idled. That's very, very cool.
And especially with a 6-speed car, if you're banging gears, you can watch the shaker sort of jar over to the right with each. It's cool. It's a driver's experience as much as it is an observer's experience. Aftermarket wing on the Mustang. It says 500
GT500. Yeah, it's GT500 Mustang. Oh boy. GT500. Here it comes.
This here speaks to the fact that Dodge is putting a Hellcat in everything. Yes, Jeeps and Challengers, and the word is, when's it going to come out in like the neon? If they bring back the neon or the Hellcat, a little tiny car, but just about everything they make now can be had.
Cams, really the one you want. The V8 with cams is a beast. Wow. Don't know if you saw the graphic on the fender of the Challenger there, but it said Lime Cat based on the lime green. That's pretty cool to name your car.
I got to say, laser cut graphics, final graphics. I mean, the door is wide open to people doing really classy stuff. Back, you used to use a brush and paint it on by, if you were good, it was cool. If you weren't, it wasn't cool. But I love the noseless El Camino versus the 56 Bel Air. That's cool. All the mechanicals on display for the world to see right there. That is cool. We're going beyond the factory Nittos, which is okay.
We saw his first lap in the Camaro. The Camaro is very, very strong. We saw his first lap. Got to get his leave figured out. It seems like awesome.
It's the first time Charger could be had with 4 doors, but it's become the muscle car family car. If you want a challenge, but you have kids, get a Charger. It's just as quick. In fact, it's faster, 202 miles an hour, because of the Challenger's nose, which actually only limits that to 193. We're talking Hellcat. So the Charger's actually faster on the top end. Hellcat for Hellcat.
Both left a little. They left together. The Challenger is taking the lead on this one. The Charger bringing up the rear. As Chargers go, if you want to feel what it feels like.
Fairmont station wagon. Hellcat Demon.
A little bit of a bobble from the Fairmont in the right lane.
Look at the baby blue. That's factory paint on that Fairmont. I remember those things were just 2.3, 4 bangers or 6s, maybe a 255 or maybe a 302, but it's good to see one again after so many years.
Big Chrysler New Yorker coming out. Now, as the Zen master of Mopar, the Chrysler New Yorker, the Fury 3, what are our differences?
Well, they're both C bodies, full-size platform, and the Fury 3 was Plymouth's version of the Chrysler C body. Of course, Dodge had the Monaco, but that would be the full-size package. That's a 2-door, which is a nice treat. Usually the New Yorker was a 4-door, but that's a big one. That's a whale, right there. But with the 440, it should go good.
Have a little bit of a challenge hooking up. The Mustang 1320 checks out, gone.
Mustang in teal blue, pretty car. Parachute not needed. You can see it rolling down, but if it is needed, of course, they can always pop that chute. This 1979 version, because it has the square headlights versus the round ones on 78s, but otherwise virtually identical with the twin big rig stacks, the wood, the Little Red Express. Pretty cool. Yeah, the punchline with the Hellcat Rudge race, the Direct Connection Hellcat Rudge race, is the fact they all have 6-speed manual.
Dodge.
I call that a Mustang. It is a Mustang.
The Jeep Dodge Realm, how many SUVs are powered by Hellcats?
But it's a Camaro. Please hold your letters, folks. I don't want to screw up. That's a mortal sin. Yeah, look at that. I mean, back in the 20th century, a Jeep would not be seen on the drag strip unless you're talking about the Holy Toledo or the Destroyer, which were funny cars in the 60s. But in the 21st century, a Jeep is absolutely at home on the drag strip when it's an SRT.
Malibu back up there, the 64 Malibu Blue Challenger. Now again, based on the fascia, you talked about the fascia on the Challenger, that's an earlier model, or like a earlier late model, if you will?
Yeah, when you don't see the divider, when you see just a big open face like that. And one thing that's wonderful, since 2008, the Dodge Stylus, they recreated the recessed grille of 1970. They gave away a half a mile per gallon, but you know what? They said we're doing it because this thing doesn't look like a Challenger without that face. And hats off to the Stylus for doing that. And that's how you sell rear tires on almost any car. They're skinny and they have treads on them. It's probably not going to accelerate that hard. But again, I might be all wrong in a couple of seconds here. Meanwhile, the Hellcat has big old slicks on the back, and it's heating them up right here.
Good burnout from the Lime Cat. That's drag radial on the back of the Lime Cat there. It's a Mickey Thompson ET Street radial tire. Mickey Thompson, of course, one of the sponsors here of Motor Trend's Drag Week. I'm sorry, Motor Trend's Roadkill Nights.
Powered by
Drag Week. See where my mind is. I'm thinking drag racing.
Yeah, the Hellcat is motoring on.
Yeah. That was a textbook good pass right there in the left lane.
I dare say the track or the street is coming around.
Definitely.
A lot less tire spin.
And it's getting a little cooler, so the air is getting a little better. Once again, tuners or people that are controlling the laptops or turning the distributor are going to have to really think about what's going on with the elements as they proceed through the day.
cooler air is denser air, and it allows more combination and horsepower.
More horsepower, and you have power outers involved with this also. So it's really going to be something to see. As the track does get better, we might still see tires going up in smoke because they haven't compensated for the weather change.
Dodge Charger Hemi. This one's a 5.7. Nothing wrong with that. 345 horsepower stock, and then 370 as we went along through the years, up against a Hellcat Challenger. So the Hellcat, of course, has 6.2 liters and a supercharger. So this should be an interesting matchup, but I think we know what's going to happen.
Drops the arms. Purple Charger on its way.
Okay, this is horsepower.
Challenger's coming through, though.
Yeah, this is horsepower at play right here.
At the stripe. You've got the Challenger going around that Charger at top end. That was a cool race.
Around the wheel opening. Looks kind of naked. You know, the wide body kit has sort of reprogrammed my eyeballs. They both look great.
Looks really good, yeah. And you know, your 7071 makes me think about Kowalski.
Yeah.
Kowalski, the lead character in the movie Vanishing Point, that literally made the Challenger a star.
That's right. That's right. Little known fact, in the end, it's what, 140, something like that?
About 140 mile an hour, but it's you know, you have to think and you have to know really that it's very well scienced out to support the speed. You know, underneath it, the things we can't see are probably so high tech and so, you know, advanced that it can cover that distance at such a speed with, I won't say no problem, like you can't go there, but relatively efficiently, let's put it that way. You know, it's a very, very, very cool car.
Yeah. And speaking of cool, I got to say the Challenger in the next lane there, the Hellcat, those are absolutely wind tunnel verified up to 200 miles an hour because they're capable of doing that. Of course, at the Auburn Hills Tech Center, Dodge, Chrysler, Stellantis, they do have a wind tunnel. And yeah, these are validated so they're safe and stable at that kind of speed, potentially, on a closed course, please.
So a Challenger basically racing what in its time was almost like a pickup truck.
Yeah, I think we have a Hellcat 6-speed, and yeah, you can get a Hellcat Challenger with a 6-speed. I think that's what we got here in black and white.
Well, this is one of our influencers. This is Demonology.
Oh,
this
right
is
on.
Herman Young from Texas. Demonology is what he goes by, and again, he has been on the internet and throughout his smack talk, he has been saying that he's going to welcome competitors to a new religion by gaptizing them, and gaptizing meaning beating them to the standpoint that there is a lot of space between the two cars. I doubt it'll happen on this lap here. No possible way. But the Volvo, long and shifts and such.
Another influencer right here in green, I believe. I may be wrong. But
no, that's not an influencer. That's actually that Challenger. I spoke with that competitor. If you look on the bottom, all the way around the car, the wall is kind of hindering our view now, but for people watching, he's got, I want to call them air dams, I guess, going all the way around. The car is actually going to be used, or is used more so for like autocrossing and that type of thing. Downforce assistance. Tom Bailey, pretty much nothing going wrong for that Camaro right now. Tom Bailey has
Woodward wide body. And let's see what happens here. That Scout hauls butt.
Yeah,
so does the Demon.
Scout. Both of them are very, very quick. But the Scout is impressive because, you know, it's cool. It's a small, stubby, short wheelbase vehicle, and to see it just leave like it does. Watch the way this orange truck on the far lane leaves. Gone. And then it comes on. Yeah. So what I think you just saw there was a naturally aspirated launch, and then the nitrous kicked in. So nitrous is probably set on a timer or activated by either RPM or by a timer of some sort, and when it engaged, she's had it. And it's her first time drag racing up against a veteran drag racer. We talked about this S10 here with the turbo mounted up over the roof there. That truck was configured for, I believe the program was called Grudge Wars or Grudge Warriors or something like that. It was on internet TV is where I watched it. And the truck was built for that competition, and the team that's racing it right now won it as part of, or got to take it home as part of winning the actual competition. So that's the Grudge Wars truck versus Colette in the Lancer GT. 6-speed manual. Spinning the tire, smiling.
That's clutch smoke.
Yeah, that's not good, Colette. That's the clutch is, I don't want to say it's going away, but she put a.
Yeah. Earlier we had a chance to talk to Colette Davis. Let's see what she has to say.
Left like a passenger. There you go. Very cool look, but as far as performance, very, very cool car. And but based on the way it's sitting, if you will, I didn't feel it being too quick. And I guess I know what I'm looking at sometimes, huh?
Yep.
Instant replay tells it, but what's the smoke there? Was
Perhaps
that
a line lock
tire or
malfunction?
something like that? I don't know.
Be?
Now we see from the other side. Yeah, maybe the tire had been dragging the whole time. Well, that's tricky. Something to go back and check out for sure. That's
The line lock's a one-way valve. Check that valve.
very concerning there. So if it is, that is something to definitely check out. But we have winners now. We have people who are going to advance, getting closer to that runoff with Alex Taylor. That was a good first round. And he pulls it out at the finish line. Ricky almost in his lane. Wow. That was a battle. That was going for it, and that's awesome.
Yeah, no miss shift, perfectly.
Everybody got through. They both got through.